Peace and blessings. Welcome to Rhymecology. This is our freebie class. I have coined this hitting you in the heart, and you will see why that is. For those of you who are new to Pendulum Inc., to Rhymecology in general, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what that is, who I am, play a small video about it, and then we're going to I want to hear a little bit about you guys, and then we will do a little writing as well. So rhymecology is a trademark term that I created. Rhymecology helps people express, discover, and create their stories through the use of hip hop lyrics and culture. How that came about was I literally had a journal. I was sitting on a beach in 2006, long time ago, sitting on a beach with my journal, and I'm like, what am I good at? Oh, I'm pretty good at psychology. I've got a bachelor's degree in psychology. Pretty good at rhyming. Love hip hop culture, and I drew a bridge between the two, and I put rhyming and psychology and created rhymecology. Um, so what rhymecology is I work with people one on one. I work with classes, and for 15 years I worked with youth, community mental health. I would go into Compton, Long Beach, and Watts, and South Los Angeles, and go into schools and homes and work with youth who were not given the advantages that some of us were. And one of the best ways that I connected with them was through hip hop. While many people, therapists and counselors would, just try to get them to talk, I'm like, let's listen, and let's write. And so Rhymecology was really born on those streets, working with those kids. At the same time, I personally was performing in LA and Hollywood, doing spoken word, creating demos and albums, competitions, competitions on Crenshaw that not one of my friends saw, all that stuff, and that really helped me hone my craft, hone my artistry as well, and the combination of the two really created Rhymecology. I wrote a thesis in 2014 about the evolution of rhyme, and that Mickey Fax somehow saw that on the internet. I don't know how he found it, but somehow he saw it and he reached out. He's like, "Yo, this is Mickey Fax. Da, da, da. I love what you're doing for the culture. I want to, talk to you." And I didn't believe him because I was already a Mickey fan from the album Mouse, which is one of the greatest concept albums ever made. So we connected then and stayed in touch, and then we mutually decided in 2021 that I would forego working in the community and focus on Pendulum Inc. and Rhymecology full time. So that's basically how that went. Written a couple books, blah blah blah. So we'll see all that in a second, but I'm going to share my screen just to show you one situation before we move along here. So let's see, share screen. And I have sound on, so that should be good. Show you this little kind of intro video, and then we'll get moving. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Rhymecology is what we're talking about here. Hip hop is something that you can actually grow and develop.
With rhymecology, it's not just about stacking rhymes, it's not just about how dope rhymes are, but also it can be very therapeutic as well, man. And some of us just need to write better rhymes too.
He doesn't just have shirts about it. He lives it and he's all about it. You like one of the best MCs, bro. I swear to you, bro. And poets that I met.
Shout to Rhymecology.
Jay Walker, Rhymecology.
Oh man, that was hilarious.
Art of hip hop lyricism. Make sure you go and check out Rhymecology.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is Words. Shout out to Jeff, Rhymecology. It's a great platform. The way they break down all the lyrics, it gets real in depth to the technical aspects of putting together some lines and the meaning behind them.
Yo, what's good, y'all? This is Master Ace, Brooklyn, New York, EMC, the Crooklyn Dodgers, the Juice Crew. And I'm here to represent for Rhymecology.
Farouk here. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you for the Rhymecology sessions and instilling the philosophies of your book, which really took me from being a seasoned lyricist to a much higher level as an artist overall. To all MC, I'm working with Jeff. Check out his Rhymecology books. Appreciate you, brother. Peace.
All right. So that's my little sizzle reel, which highly recommend for everybody here putting together any cool shit like that that's happened. This was, of course, before Pendulum Inc. So you can you can imagine now it'd be crazy, but that was before Pendulum, and having something like that is always important. So that is who I am. That is what Rhymecology is. Is there any questions about the mission, about Rhymecology in general? Any questions about that journey? I'm happy to take them now. Feel free to ask any of that before we're going to get to some introductions as well. Oh, Katie just threw. Oh, thank you, K Raptor. They did do a little documentary a few years ago on Rhymecology, and Katie just put that link in there. So
I put your JK Spotify in there too.
word. Any questions or comments on that? On just DBL, go ahead, bro.
So it's less of a question, more of a comment. But I just wanted to say, like, having attended your sessions and read your books, I just want to vouch for you. Like, you really combine like the psychological elements of hip hop with improving your techniques. So I just want to say, like, if anybody's doubting, this man is the real deal. Like, salute, Jeff.
Thank you. DBL and KRS One gave the testimony. I'm good. All right. So above all, though, I'm just someone who loves hip hop to its core. In my spare time, I'm making like playlists from like 1985 and like writing down my top 10 and my it's just it never stops. I'm probably older than a lot of you guys, but I kept thinking it was going to stop at a certain time, but it never did. And now being at Pendulum, it's been refueled more than I can even imagine. Like it's like being with so many like-minded people, professors and students. I mean, it's the best thing that's ever happened. So I hope that you guys who are not in it yet will get to experience that as well. So obviously, certain songs have really connected with me more than others. And what I found is, for me, most of these songs that connected in that way were songs that hit on emotion. So I'm going to play a verse that literally brought me to tears at that time. Okay, so this is a verse by Master Ace on a song called Revelations from his 2004 album called A Long Hot Summer. And Master Ace is a legend, but yet he's not mainstream and he's not commercial and he's not a celebrity, right? So I'm going to play this verse for you because this is a song that brought me to tears. And then I want you to start to think about a song that might have touched you in a similar way. Okay.
It's like,
Can you hear it?
there we go. Yeah. At times I don't know who I be. And when I look in the mirror, it's like I don't know who I see. Am I even moving at all? Cause I swear I can't tell if my life is improving at all. Every time I got a pen in my hand,
I forget every time before that one has been in my hand. And I write for the moment, get it tight how I want it. Get the right lawyer on it, cause I might wanna own it. I tussle and I fight, I hustle and I write. I struggle every night with every muscle in my might. I'm in this rat race trying to eat the cheese. But y'all don't know my name like Alicia Keys. My face ain't familiar, neither is my music. If shit don't soon change, I be the one to lose it. I drink a little liquor trying to heal my nerves. Cause y'all don't listen here and feel my words. But something's wrong with y'all, ain't nothing wrong with me. And happy in my life is what I long to be. And happy in my life is what I'm going to be. What you see in me is what I was born to be. From the day that my mom's first birthed the child, she didn't need the world to make it worth the while. So I don't need no magazine to reach the pinnacle. Screw the review and you can eat the interview. Cause that's what y'all seem to tend to do. Them cats you cover all seem identical. But through it all I weave like the Parker's hair. And shine underground cause it's darkest there. Yeah. I keep moving along, keep bringing it on, keep singing a song.
But y'all ain't listening.
I keep moving along, keep bringing it on, keep singing the song, but y'all ain't listening.
Right. So when I heard that song at that time, performing, writing, not getting anyone to give me any play or any love at that time, it hit me so hard I literally cried. And to me, that's one of our jobs as an artist. That's one of our jobs as creators who can write and say things that others can't. So, since a lot of you I don't really know at this point, what I would love is, can you introduce yourselves? And by the way, obviously, if I know you, please do it too. But please introduce yourselves and think about a song that touched you in a way that did, the way that song touched me. A song that made you feel something. A song that it doesn't have to bring you to tears. You know what I'm saying? But a song that just was like brought you into like an emotional space so much that you still remember it to this day. So introduce yourselves, tell me where you're from, and tell me a song that hits you in the heart like that, and if possibly why. Go ahead, Euphonic.
Yeah, my name is Euphonic Aspect, from Southern California, originally from Massachusetts. I'd say, I don't know what song you were talking about, Jeff, but I would say Guarantees by Atmosphere probably resonated me with the most of any song ever the first time I heard it.
And what was the resonance like?
The
Did it connect with you?
hopelessness.
Were you in a similar state at the time?
Yeah, the song is about just like the monotony of going to the bar and wasting all your money and like life not moving forward. And I was stuck in that hopelessness for like 20 years, you know?
Mm. And ironically, that's kind of how the Master Ace thing started. I can't tell if I can't tell if I'm moving at all. I can't tell if my life is improving at all. So like a similar feeling that you had, even though that one was kind of bar related and not the bars that we're talking about usually. Guarantees by Atmosphere. Thank you, Euphonic. Thank you. You guys think about it. I want to hear from you. Sonny B, go ahead.
Does it have to be a rap song?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay, and I don't want to. My hair looks funny, but I'm not gonna be rude. So
Appreciate you.
doing my hair for the weekend. But the song by Christina Aguilera, "Fighter."
Fighter. And why did that hit you in the heart?
Foster care. I used to be in foster care,
Mm.
and a lot of people, the usual stuff. You run into people, they betray you, kind of thing, and it's just such a powerful song. And I fell in love with Christina when she made that song, and I still listen to that song to this day, and it does still make me cry. So that's my song.
Thank you. And what Sonny said was so important. He fell in love with Christina that day. And because of that song, you are always going to be a fan, you're always going to appreciate her journey and what she did, which is what Master Ace was for me. Probably, Atmosphere for Euphonic. And this is the main point that I'm saying here. Everyone can rap about how dope their bars are and all of that. It gets monotonous at a time. Make a song that touches you, hits people in the heart. Just what Sonny B said, fan for life. All right, so this is the point of the tonight. Katie, what about you? K Rap.
Uh, yeah. Hi, I'm Katie, K-Rap or Crap, from Massachusetts, outside, like an hour outside Boston. So it's so lame, ready? But do you want to build a snowman from Frozen? Like
Yeah,
literally makes me tear up because I have a sister that like I played with when I was young and like now just wants nothing to do with me. Um and so like it's like we used to be best buddies and now we're not. I wish you would tell me why and I can't figure it out or whatever. So yeah, that one.
and
But
that's
also Creep by Radiohead, which is obviously.
but that so you're saying so that song brings you back to the time when you two were tight and you wish you could go back to that time and have that feeling. You're not understanding why things frayed between you, but that song, like you're crying with that song, but you're crying because of the relationship loss.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the movie, it's like the the older sister is actually like protecting people, but because she can't, because she has powers that will hurt them or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and that's why. But in my situation, I don't think that I'm being protected. It's just um stuff I don't get. So yeah.
Mhm. Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Wordsmith Philly.
Let me see. All right, so a song that resonates with me will probably be let's see, "Good to You" by Talib Kweli, because that was one of the songs that really got me into loving like lyricism and stuff when I was in high school. Because I listened to like rock music before that, so when I heard "Quality" by Talib Kweli, that really put me on. But "Good to You" has really made me a automatic fan of hip hop. So, yeah.
And was there so that helped you get into lyricism? Was there a song that really helped you, or is there a song that kind of hit you in the heart emotionally?
Yes. What was the song? "Higher" by Creed, or no, "Like a Stone" by Audio Slave. Yeah, that's the song that
Mm,
really hits me. It's a rock song, but yeah,
yeah.
"Like a Stone." Because when I was living in my car, that song really got me through a lot of hard times. So
When you were
yeah,
living in the car, songs got you through a
"Like
hard
a
time.
Stone."
Yes. God, how powerful!
Mm-hmm.
How powerful are
That's the
we?
one.
How powerful are we to have the opportunity to write a song that can help someone get through that? Thank you, Wordsmith Philly. Danielle.
Okay. Hey yo, I'm Daniel. That's Daniel with a J. I'm repping Orange County, California. And I was thinking about it. My song would probably have to be Whiteface by Bamboo, just because it talks about it was like the first time I saw like an inside depth into like what the music industry is like, but also it talks about how you got to take care of your family, which is something I'm currently doing. And you don't got to be a certain image in order to be in rap, which is what I really liked.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Danielle. Jewel. What's the song that hit you in the heart that connected with you on a deeper than the surface level?
Hi, my rap name is J Lyric, and a song that resonates with me is by Fabulous. Everything was the same. Young enough to know better, old enough to not give a fuck. that song. It just motivates me to just keep going. I'm a storyteller rapper, so like how everything unfolds, the times he was in that made him to where he is. Like he just pretty much states like I didn't just come up famous. I didn't just come with money. I got it from the ground up. Like, I planted seeds and I watched them grow. And I had to harvest what I had to in order to get to where I am. So it's definitely a motivating song to me.
And it sounds like you relate to that because you're on the same in the same lane at this point.
Yes,
Beautiful,
definitely.
beautiful. Yeah. All right. Well, keep listening to that. Keep visualizing, being on the other side and people having you say, "Oh, that song by Jay Lyric, that's the one that did it for me," right? Because
Yeah.
you can be on that side too. Thank you, Joel. DT the Hustler.
Yo, what's good with it?
Pleasure.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, it's game like father, like son. He said June 30th, 11:07, I got that call. She 8 centimeters, my little man about to fall. My son was born August 29th, a month later, like a month and a half later, and just touched me, bro. Like that whole song right there is just ridiculous, ridiculous. And then if I could give one more,
Yeah.
Kanye West Drive Slow, homie. Like a lot of my people passed away during that time, and that song, Kanye ain't even one of my favorite artists at all, but just that song right there, bro, like crazy, ridiculous touches me. So them
Right.
two really put me in a mood in the 2005, 2000, you know what I'm saying, 2000s, and got me moving. So that's dope.
Well, what I hear there, DT, is that well, you got the circle of life there.
Yeah.
You're talking about the father, being born, being the father to the kid being born, and then you're also talking about people that are passed. So, there's certain topics that are timeless to write about that everyone will feel because this circle of life never stops, right? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, people are coming in, people are coming out of life. So I really appreciate you for mentioning that circle of
And
life
drive
there.
slow is such a deep entendre. Like there's so many meanings to drive slow. You know what I mean? You could take it to any level, and it's just like whatever you got to think about is there. That entendre is like for real. Drive slow. Like keep your eyes open for real. I'm muting back up. Let's go.
Drive slow. It's almost like mindfulness, like the term a lot of people use now. Mindfulness, being mindful of the road, being mindful of your surroundings, being mindful of life. Uh, Thank you, man. Hey Lee, Petaloo will be the last one of these because we're gonna move on to another exercise next.
All right, so I got a couple. This is kind of difficult. Just different songs from different genres, but I'll go with really probably that first, like just real rap song that kind of got me was "Growing Pains" by Ludacris. That was one of those. But I guess more just a lot of different emotions. I got a song that made me feel sadness, a song that made me feel just like that kind of rage that you feel as a kid when you're just always getting told what to do and stuff like that. So it's a tough one, but I'd say emotionally as at a young age, Growing Pains by Ludacris.
Because you related with the pains that he was going through.
Yeah, that and I had an identical twin brother that passed away when we were 10. He battled cancer from the time we were like 7 till 10. And so that kind of, just had me thinking a lot. And just that song for some reason it would just hit, like the emotion that it had in it was a similar emotion I felt.
Man, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I've got twins as a dad, and I had a brother who passed when we were young, not 10, but he was 3. So
It's a hard thing to understand. So the fact that you can feel some of that, I do appreciate that.
oh yeah, from kind of each side. I get it, and you know, hopefully we'll be able to write about some of that, because that just it doesn't go away, bro. Um, but
And that's always been a hard thing to write about. So
yeah,
yes, thank you.
yeah. Well, that's what rhymecology is, writing about the hardest things, and usually that ends up being the best things. Thank you, Lee, man.
Yep, thank you.
Miles Taylor. Miles Taylor. Go ahead, bro. You're on mute, Miles.
Man, having trouble using this app. Uh, how y'all doing, man? I'm Miles Taylor. I come from Chicago, Illinois. Currently in Phoenix, Arizona. You know what I'm saying? A song that put me in an emotional state was "Mama" by Kendrick Lamar. That is my all-time favorite rapper right there. You feel what I'm saying? I think it was a build-up from really studying his albums, like from start to finish, from song to song to song to song to song. And I was just sitting on the couch one day, and I was listening to his to Mama in my headphones. I just started crying. I looked at my homie, said, "This dude is so great. This dude is amazing. Like, so fucking talented, bro. Like, literally my inspiration for rapping right now." But like, in the song, he's basically talking about, being in the industry, his state of mind, his ball cap, going home. How the song is saying, his mom is saying, we've been waiting on you. Cause, originally she's saying, she was saying for him to come home and tell the story to the kids of Compton about, it's a better life out there. Also, mama isn't returning to the motherland. In the last verse of him talking about the reflection of himself, this kid with a gap in his mouth, hand me down sneakers, bounce to the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Run a number on men and women that crossed him. Just the life of how he was and seeing how, like, those are the kids now. So just being able to study him and listen to how he could portray his emotions, because I had trouble doing that as a kid, especially coming out of Chicago, where, like, the surroundings of where you are, it's not easily expressed, especially in Black homes. So like, just coming from that type of childhood and that background, I felt like he was the first person I could actually taught me how to, like, say what I mean, and it's okay. We all face depression, struggles. So that moment was like, probably, it wasn't a sad moment. It was honestly like one of the fucking happiest moments listening to music, just to know, like, because also that beat was produced, if y'all don't know, that beat was produced by Knowledge from Stone's Throw Records. It was called So RT. Y'all should check it out. But yeah, that's for me.
Yeah. Well, with how strong that affects you, I hope that you use that as inspiration for your writing, um, and allow yourself to go to the depths that he did. And I think that you will, because it really hits you like that. And for me, Black Boy Fly it really hit me, because working with the kids that I worked with, and then the way that he expressed that on Black Boy Fly, and he was just like, this guy already made it out of here. There's not space for someone else to. I thought that was like one of the most poignant frigging representations of a mindset that I've ever heard. It was frigging amazing. So thank you for that, Miles, man, and look forward to hearing your work. Go ahead, Double R Ripson.
Hello, my name is Robert Ripson. I'm repping St. Cloud, Minnesota. I think for the song, for me, it was definitely Rock Bottom by Eminem. The reason being is because at the time I was going through a rock bottom situation myself. But the main reason was because it was the first song that not only did I hear it, but I felt it. And that was really, really weird for me, because that album, for the most part, is him being silly or whatever. And that song is just so serious. And it's like you feel like you know the person when you don't know them at all.
So you felt like you were walking a tightrope without a circus net, popping Percocet. You're a nervous wreck. Like, no, yeah, no, I get it. I literally was just writing about that yesterday. Like, probably one of his realest songs he ever made, combined with, just the writing ability. But I love that you call that out, because on that album, you're right. Like, they told him, you gotta, hey, put in these punchlines, put in these kind of the silly shit. And you know he wasn't really about that. They made him do that. But that song is a great representation of his mindset at that time, and probably one of his greatest songs in my opinion as well. So thank you for sharing that, and that's why we write about the shit that we're going through at the time that we're going through it. So that shit came out in, what was that, 90, 99, 90, yeah, like 99, right? Like we're still talking about it 25 years later. So thank you, Ripson. Celia, go ahead.
What's up, y'all? Peace. My name is Celia. I'm in El Paso, Texas, and I love Erica Badu. I pretty much resonate with like her whole catalog, right? But the one song that really got me when I first heard it, I literally cried, was Soldier. She talks about a lot of different struggles, and it's really sad, talking about mother dealing with the loss of her son, who's a good kid, but gets killed in the streets. And even like there's so many things. To my girls on prescription pills, I know how you feel. So it's like talking about these sad things, but also like the resilience behind, um, you know, keep pushing on, and to raise your consciousness and the way that you live so that you can, rise to the next degree, which could be, a reference to the 5%ers, but also just as a person to raise your consciousness and to level yourself up. So that song was the one that did it for me.
Beautiful. And and to my girls on prescription pills, I know how you feel. Like that line is so powerful because it's not preaching, it's empathy, right? And it's not avoiding the issue, which we as human beings walk around avoiding pain, avoiding loss, avoiding trauma, even though it's living right here. And so she's like, I feel what you're going through because I'm going through it too. And that's why we need to write about these things. Thank you. Professor Chilla Jones. We've got two more after that, and then we're going to write something.
Hey, what up? What up? My name is Chilla Jones, Jerome. Um, a song that uh makes me emotional, or I have an emotional tie to. There are two. But the first one is Eminem's "Say Goodbye to Hollywood." Um, in this song, Eminem talks about a few different struggles, and I relate to them all, from toxic relationships to having a father who wasn't present in my childhood, to being able to get through phases of being suicidal thanks to the birth of my daughter. And then lastly, entering this new realm of fame and realizing that it wasn't really everything that it was cracked up to be, right? So like the entire song from bar one, verse one to the last bar in verse three, um, definitely resonated with me. And then the second song was Jay-Z's Beach Share. And Jay-Z's Beach Share is about generational wealth and him wanting to leave an empire for, at the time, his daughter. He obviously has had more kids since that song came out, but at the time, he was talking about Blue and uh, leaving her an empire so that all she has to do is chill in a beach chair, and she doesn't have to work her ass off, and she doesn't have to, go through the same struggles that he went through, and how everything he's doing is literally for the sake of her living a better life. So those are the two songs that, whenever I hear them, they definitely hit me right in the feels.
Well, I mean that's amazing. That "Say Goodbye to Hollywood." How many different levels it hit on? Like that was
So many parallels, so many parallels. And you know, the interesting part about it, Jeff, is like before I related so much to it, it was it's been my favorite Eminem song before the birth of my daughter, right? Before going through some of the toxic relationships that I went through. Like from a lyrical standpoint, it was already a very high ranking, like, you know, part of my affinity for Eminem. As I got older, as I went through things, those lyrics took on more sentimental value and meanings for me. So you know, that part of it, when I think about it, is interesting too. That at first it was just a really good song because he raps really well, and as I got older and grew into being able to relate to it on multiple different levels, it just took on a completely different form for me, and it went from this like admiration of talent to like this empathy and relatability of his struggles and what he was talking about.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you, Professor. All right, we got three more, and then that's it. After Tay, we're gonna Eric Trujillo. What's up, bud? How you doing?
Hi, fine, thank you. Thanks for this. I'm from Mexico City. Uh, I hope to be clear with what I'm saying because English sometimes is difficult to me. Okay, my song is from Nas. The song is The Message because I listened to that song when I was in high school, and by that time I wasn't good with English. I cannot understand like 90% of what he's saying, but there was one line that resonates with me. That was the only line I understand to the fullest, and that's the line where he says, "Love changes and best friends become strangers." And for me, it was everything because for me as a teenager, I was feeling the same way, but I wasn't able to express it. So that I fell in love with rapping. I started to rapping because of that song, because of that line, and the music, the rhythm, intention, the feeling, the drive, but the drive of hip hop music. So yeah, that's it, Nas. And maybe a few years later, God Loves Ugly from Atmosphere makes me feel the same way. Yeah, but
Yeah.
what's important for me is how one rhyme can change your life. Like it was not my language, it was not my culture, my music, but that single line changed everything. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
thank
Yeah.
you.
The first verse wasn't bad, or you know, tinted where he's like, you know, beats bumping, tinted windows, like that shit that was crazy also lyrically. So it's
Yeah,
great that he could touch on all that, and yeah, that's a very iconic last line.
yeah.
Best friends become strangers, no doubt. We all we all probably felt that. Thank you, Eric. Muchas
Thank
gracias.
you.
Hasta luego. And mi amigo, Pero Lu,
Hey, Jeff.
también.
Yeah. First of all, shout out to Eric El Nino, man. He's a Mexican rap legend. I'm so proud to have him here join these Pendulum free classes. It's amazing, man. And I'm gonna go with Latin American rap, man, with this legend from Venezuela, Rip Cancerbero. He has a song called Y la felicidad que, which translates to What About Happiness? And it mainly focuses on how sometimes we let these ideas sometimes that can be artificial, not that are they bad, but sometimes we aspire to a lot of things, and we might get lost, maybe, trying to become famous or trying to go rich or pursuing an ephemeral pleasure, and we forget about searching happiness, which I think it should not be relegated to a second place. Never, man.
Wow, wow, that's a great um, philosophy to live by, especially in a career um, in artistic choices where we're like a lot of people are trying to get that. And ironically, the ones that are happy are usually the ones that don't think that rhyme fame is going to make them happy. They're doing it because they got to express themselves, right? And then if they get some people to love them because of it, then it works. But if you think that just making it in this business is going to make you happy, that's probably not the way. So I think that's a great philosophy. Thank you, Pedro. All right,
Thank
last
you, Jeff.
one. Let's see. I got Tay 2 G Z Z Z. You're on mute, Tay 2 G Z Z Z. Still on mute, bruh. I got 5 seconds.
You got
Sorry about
5 seconds.
There
sorry
you
about
go.
that.
There you go.
Sorry. Zoom noob here. Yeah. From the States, living in Australia, currently in Bali. Shout out, spent some time in Mexico. Just shout out to my Mexican MCs. Viva la Zapatista. Spent some time in Chiapas. But song for me is Troy, Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I mean, just crazy beat, crazy beat. The lyrics, I mean, I think I got some of the lyrics here just right at the top. I mean, just what was just the
Like that.
family tree. When I date back, I recall a man off the family tree. My right hand, Papa Doc, I see, took me from a boy to a man. So I always had a father when my biological didn't bother. Crazy. Just the combination of the beat, obviously legend Pete Rock, the emotions he conjures up from that beat, and then just the lyrics, the whole song, just the story, childhood. I just always love the positive over negative. His, the birth of a child on the 8th of October, toast, but my granddaddy came sober, dealing with alcoholism in my family. Just the thought of when they reminisce over you. It's a song that makes you think, man, I want to do something to affect people in a positive way in my life. What's my life going to be when they reminisce over you? And what can you do? So a song that really made me want to be just a better MC, better person. And yeah, and a rest in peace to Trouble T. Roy and all of our fallen MCs. Sorry for the Zoob newbie on the mute,
No,
but yeah, appreciate this.
you're good. One of the
Yeah.
greatest songs of all time, without a doubt. Probably, if not my favorite, in my top 3. And we were lucky enough to have Pete Rock pull up at least two times last year. He literally, I ran a class called the Evolution of Rhyme, which was an elective, and he pulled up with DMC, and we literally talked about, Down with the King, and how Pete Rock pulled DMC up the way that DMC pulled Aerosmith up. Like it was amazing, and Pete Rock was. It was so crazy because Pete Rock was like still in fan mode being with DMC, so it was like the energy was like unbelievable, unbelievable. That class was friggin' legendary. So thank you, great song, uh, and yeah, still rest in peace, Trouble T. Roy. Okay, and connect if you join, connect with me because I got a lot of roots in Australia. Um, all right, so thank you all that shared. That was really great to hear. Great to hear from you. Meet some people. What I want to do now with the time we have remaining is obviously what we've heard and felt here is these songs that hit us, these songs that connected with us, these songs that have stayed with us for 20 years or whatever. Like there's kind of a common theme. Like often it's, love or loss or life or grief or these type of things, or even if it's positive, like super affirming joy, relationships, all that, like, but it's about emotion, right? So what I want you guys to do, and I'm not usually we do some deep breaths to get us in the mode, but just time wise, I'm not going to be able to do it right now. Think about, take a second, do a few breaths on your own, close your eyes, and think about what emotion is strongest today. Is it joy? Are you feeling super frustrated? Are you feeling a loss? Um, think about what feeling is hitting you kind of the most today. And then I want you to write a quatrain on it. Quatrain being 4 bars maximum. Okay, we got 40 people in here. Not everyone's going to get to share. I'll probably get, maybe 10 in, but 4 bars, 4 lines maximum on something that you're feeling in those regards. Um, if you're pissed off, write about it. If something's feeling great today, you're inspired by what's going to happen at Pendulum, write about it. If you recently had a loss, tell us about it. We're going to take like 4 bars. We're going to take like 10, 12 minutes to write, and then just share that with the group. You do not have to do this, obviously. You can be a fly in the wall, just listen. But for those of you who want to, this is a great chance to, kick 4 bars for us in, however you want to kick them. But my only ask is that it's got to be 4 lines or less, as well as it's got to hit on something you love, something you hate, something you're scared of, just something you're feeling today. Does that make sense? I assume it does. So my time, I've got 5:53. Yeah, let's meet back in. I'll come back in 12 minutes. See who's got what. And I'll put on a little like lo-fi instrumental in the background. All right. Any questions on that? Pretty straightforward. And time wise, we'll probably get like 10 or so people in, but let's go. Music coming. Now, here we go. Okay, Miles, you're up, bro.
I resonate with that, man. I like that. I like that you feeling a sense of positivity. It's not a lot of that in music nowadays. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, I respect that right there. I wrote, I'm ready to get it, my energy up, and I'm ready to get it, my energy up, and I feel it emitting. My ambiance is like a bucket of pigeons. I'm ready to flock at the sound of an 808 hitting. I'm getting rid of all you rappers. I'm getting rid of all of you rappers. I'm finna turn up the seats, and none of you are breathing or hidden. I wrote that because like I feel that tenacity to get back into like that aggressive, like really get back into like really bodying motherfuckers on the beat anytime I get on the studio, anytime I get on the track. Just really, because where I'm at, motherfuckers don't get it. So it's festival season all year. We getting on stage, we turning up, we doing this shit till we up there.
All right. No, I feel you from out in Arizona. All right, you explained that well. Wordsmith Philly, you can go kick yours. And I usually give a lot of feedback on these, but time wise, I'm not going to today. That's up to you to give a line of feedback on the next person. Go ahead, Wordsmith.
Yeah, that was dope, man. I love the double timing. That was amazing. All right, so yeah, I wrote these 4 lines. It goes like this. I'm happy, no longer am I bound by sadness. I'm healthy, much stronger and ready for madness. Even though I've been through hell, I don't mind a second visit because I've already passed that level. I'm just gaining new achievements. So I wrote that because like I joined the Navy in August of last year, and it really helped me out because like I was living in my car before that. So yeah, I've already been through like
stressful environments and stuff. So, I'm pretty much ready to just move on and gain this new achievements and accomplishments. So yeah,
You will. You are.
thank you.
Thank you. Euphonic.
Cool, that was good. I like the dichotomy of it. Like if you're expressing an emotion, it's great to showcase the opposite emotion as well, you know? Um, Here's what I wrote. All the memories, a messed up, crummy looking centipede, bummy, then it once started running to the melodies, dumped it with a shrug, try to love all your enemies, the plug's in a jug, and I bump that serenity.
DT the Hustler, what'd you hear there?
Bro, I love the patterns. I love the wordplay, and everything he was talking about was super fire. You know, the message came across very dope. Very dope.
That's euphonic for you.
No doubt. I said my net 30 came today. That's something I had to double. The facts like Mickey, but my last name Hustle. I'm piecing together puzzles, amazed from the struggle. My past all up in the air. I had to learn how to juggle.
David DBL, what'd you hear there?
Man, I love the energy and like aggression you brought to it. Like you really embodied like the hunger and like that you came to hustle. I love that.
Gen Ends, you're after DBL, FYI.
All right. All right, so I wrote, let's sit and talk the results of broken families. You and me, but when it comes to us, no plan B. We might struggle to unearth all this rubble, but no need to cover up. Together, we won't crumble.
I got chills on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'll just say something because I really like how you painted that picture right away with the family, and then no plan B. Like we're all in on this. Beautiful. Really, yeah. That first couplet was like, okay, that's dope. Gen Ends, did you hear that? And are you ready to go?
It's kind of hard to hear anything with my son right now.
Yeah.
Hunter, please.
You want to go now? You want to go now, or you want to come back?
Hunter, stop. I'll go real quick.
All right.
I said, I feel an aversion, like writing is hindering my learning, type of diversion, saturate more like I'm submerged in, less of a burden. But I wrote that. So
JT, what'd you hear there, JT?
I think it's dope. It's just real life. You have kids in the background or a kid in the background. That's real life. So I get it.
I'm just a matter of when.
Right.
Yeah, that was dope. And yeah, and to have the patterns in there, really nice. Thank you, Jen. Let's see, JT and then Celia is up next after Celia Perolu.
Okay. So I said, hit him with something light. Still it sounds heavy. Still love the game. I'm preparing for the wedding. Marv coming home. His life was so messy. Marv coming home. His life was so messy. As for my music, Chilla, get your Grammy suit ready. You know what I mean? But I just said mine because I'm from the Bay Area. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Messy Marv. I met him probably over 15 years ago under different circumstances. So it's just like someone who you see as a legend, and then you meet him in a different world doing a different thing. It's crazy. And then I heard an interview about his life yesterday from Dregs One. So it's like, if you think your life is hard, you listen to somebody else's life. It's like, whoa. But the point of my rhyme was I could just say something in a quick bar, and if people do the investigation, they could pick up on a lot of stuff. So I say that to say you don't always have to go that deep. You could just give them a bar, and if they investigate it,
Investigate it. I like that.
Yeah.
Celia and then Perolu. Thank you, JT.
Yo, that was dope. I like how you kind of have the dichotomy of the light and heavy, where you could be talking about something that might be heavy, but you still give it a playful twist. So that was dope. Here's what I wrote. Is it a manic phase or just a grateful days? The joy to be alive leaves behind the wasteful days, hateful ways. that weaved reckless words, webs that have been swept away to tend to precious hurts.
Pendulum.
Oh, yo, I love everything that Celia does. I think there's an inherent deepness to everything you say, Celia, and love a lot. Love you for sharing, and yeah, I feel you. You know about this. What you said about the wasteful days, and I share the feeling. Appreciate you, sister.
Yeah.
Gracias.
Not to mention the fresh rhyme stream with this swept away. I mean, very, very
The
beautifully put.
the safety pin was perfect as well.
The safety pin. I was gonna
Loved it.
say the safety pin was on
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Yeah. I was.
yeah.
I'm like, it could be a hem, but anyway, that was yeah. It was either safety pin or hem. Thank you. Yeah, I noticed that too. Pendulum, followed by Sonny B, and then Master Rock.
Yep. Nothing matters more than family and happiness. I don't care about living gallantly and flashiness. All ends when disease shows randomly in your pancreas. I honor my loved ones livingly, avidly in transience.
Sonny B, what'd you hear?
First line, I agree with you. That laid out the rest and made the rest made sense for me. So that was, I don't know if like the universe talking to me on that first line, on that first bar. So I appreciated
Appreciate
that.
you, Sonny. Appreciate
Yeah.
you, Sonny.
Appreciate you for the bars. That was just your heart.
I just want to jump in and say that this man rhymed pancreas. Like, what? Like, who does that? Like, especially in your second language, insane as usual. Thank you for enlightening us as always. Pendulum. Sonny
Thank you.
followed by Master Rock and then MJ.
All right. I don't play by me, not even, excuse me. I don't play by me, not even a little bit. When you're too nice, they treat you like you're stupid. Whole time you the motherfucking blueprint, like a blacklist that can't nobody fuck with. And that's just how I'm feeling right now. I was a super people pleaser in my younger days, and I'm just feeling extremely selfish right now at my time of life. So yeah, for those of you who are agreeing with that, get your shit. All right, I'm off now.
Mad
like
props. Hey, on the real. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. You're good. I shouldn't be talking. Go ahead.
I had no idea if it was my turn to respond to that, but yeah, I mean, I love that I'm able to say something to her because I can relate to that. You know, like people putting you down and whatnot, and all of a sudden, like she has her own confidence that she's the blueprint. She's developing. She's making her own way, her own plan. Like that hit. So that was dope. You know, I was kind of nervous who I was going to hear. So I like that resonated with me. So that was dope. So Senny, mad props.
You always hear who you're meant to. It really is how it works. You'll see. All right. MJ, you're following Master Rock, and Devo, you're going to follow MJ.
Cool. So I jumped in really late. That Pete Rock beat was on, so I had to go with it. So right now, I said, let me reminisce upon all the days that had passed. Looking back to when mama would bust my lip, claiming that I'm a smart ass, not knowing that trauma's lash. Let me escape, fall back on daydreams of sleeping cat in class. Wake up, clown, as I juggle with angels and demons on my behalf.
What year, MJ?
That was super dope. That was super dope. Just the clown and the juggle all together. That joint was crazy. That was pretty amazing.
That's a great ear. That's a great ear. See, that's what we do with Pendulum. People, our ears are just advanced here. Who's gonna catch that clown thing right away like us? Oh man, beautiful. Thank you, Master Rock.
For sure. All right, and shout out to Wordsmith Philly, Sailor. I'm a sailor as well, so it's pretty cool that we can connect like this. And I wrote this. I was actually teaching a class today, and they were talking about some of the things that we went through in the Navy. And here's 4 bars of that memory. Looking at my team in the middle of the ocean, every heart sinking as we share the same notion. Words fears confirmed as we're just given word that our mission's been extended and our enemy's approaching. And that was when on mission one time, we were in the middle of the ocean and our commanding officer said, we're about to be in the line of fire. Be ready. We prepared for this, and won't say what we did, but we did come back. And so I'll just leave it there.
Well, first of all, your cadence right from the beginning, I was just like, yep, there's some cadence there. And then you like took that third line off from the rhyme scheme, which is what we call interlinking, and came back to it. Like that's very satisfying when that happens. So thank you again.
I was paying attention in class where I learned about interlinking and shadow boxing, so I was trying to implement that.
That's what we do here. I'm not sure if it's Devo or Devo, but you're following MJ.
MJ, I like your rhyme, bro. But I said, don't let this feeling fool you. This a come and go thing. This is day, whatever the fuck on my depression mood swings. Feeling good, silent, word for thinking what the future could bring. Just a cycle over and over like a recurring bad dream.
I forgot to tell Timothy Bell that he was next, so I'll just say, first of all, I appreciate you touching on the depression and touching on honesty, like what's going on inside of your heart, inside of your mind. I think a lot of people are feeling that, but they're not all writing it. So I really appreciate you coming out with that. Thank you so much.
No problem, man.
Timothy Bell, followed by A. Lee.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
I said, yo, my day wasn't even horrible, even though I just came from a memorial. Late for this tutorial, I'm still suited for you. I be in the lab, some ill music for you. That's all I got right there.
In the moment. You know that was in the moment. Fire. A. Lee, what'd you hear?
Wow. I've heard all of it. It was well put together, easy to digest. He obviously just came from something heavy. He looked like he came from something heavy, and he let us know in a real concise way. That was amazing. That was really good. Sorry, that one got me a little bit right there.
Jewel, you're gonna follow A. Lee, followed by Eric to the heel.
All right, so I got couldn't tell our differences how eyes deceive. Asking was it him or was it me? Few could see that life conceived, one would be and one would leave. So I'm asking, why him and not me?
Jewel, what'd you hear?
Me, right?
Jewel,
sorry.
Hi, sorry. I enjoyed the double play on words. It's kind of like a tongue twister. So it makes you able to listen in and harness what you're saying. And I get it, because sometimes we tend to go out in life and be like, why me? Why me? Why does it happen to me? When really we should look at it as why not me? Because I'm chosen. You know what I mean? So
go ahead. I liked how you that last line is always the most important. And you built up to it, and then he said, why him, not me? Like that's where the emotion, like you built up to it. Like you always want to end your quatrains, your 8s and your 16s with a line like that. Thank you, A. Lee. Jewel, followed by Eric Trujillo. And that's all the hands we have up, y'all.
Okay, so what I got is, I dibble and dabble, not sure can you handle. It's a stick up, you don't pick up the flow, I dismantle. Like burning some candles, set in the mood, set the stage, burn some sage, controlling the room. It's amazing how a lead don't gotta say shit. Quiet voice, but they listen. They know I'm the piff, and gotta do much. They know I've been tough. Call me Midas, turning gold whenever I touch.
Shadow boxing queen right there. What'd you hear, Eric?
Fire. It's hard for me to understand everything because English is not my main language, but I love the cadence. I can listen to all the rhyme scheme there. I love when the attitude you put on controlling the room, this virtual room. So yeah, that's fire. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. You guys have it's all been great, and a lot of positivity, a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
some days
that's what we need.
And some days, some days it's like that, and some days it's not. So that's what we're for, share the different emotions that we're all having. So Eric is going to be our last MC, unless Big Mike writes 4 bars in 30 seconds, which he probably can. and then we're going to wrap it up. So go ahead, Eric.
Okay, I put the text on the chat with the translation because I'm about to rap in Spanish, so you can read the rhymes and everything. Okay. De las 5 a las 7, no brinco, no caigo, no desafío a las 7, no quiero verme de cara a la muerte inerte como ahora, domestico los minutos, pero me deparan horas que son bestias, feas, que devoran estas, ganas de salir a recorrer este planeta en patinete o a pie, lo que quiero es movimiento, no esta jeta de señor empolvada de aburrimiento.
All right, so we've got it right here, but we're tame the minutes. Yeah, travel this planet on skate. Yeah, so how are you feeling? How you feeling?
Now I'm feeling very, very happy because it was very emotional listening to everyone at the beginning and then rapping. I feel perro, how can I say acompañado?
We're with you. We're with you.
Yeah, I feel that way, and it's beautiful. Thanks a lot, Professor Jeff.
You're welcome.
Embraced. I would say embraced.
Yeah, I feel embraced. Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, because I was dealing with boredom. You know, every day is the same for me since 3 or 4 months ago. Yeah, and this is new to me, and it's beautiful. Thank you.
My guy, you're joining Pendulum. Ain't nothing gonna be the same. Nothing. You'll never be bored here. That is 100% true.
Yeah, that's what I learned this week. Thanks a lot to Chila, Mikey, everyone. Thanks.
All right.
Well, Eric.
I don't know.
Gracias, perro.
We hope.
Yeah, that translation is accompanied.
Accompanied, embraced. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Look. Chilla. Let's see. Is Mickey in the building? He was. I don't know if he is anymore. Mickey Facts. No, he's not. Okay, Chilla. This is the end of our free classes. I'm gonna have, if Chilla's available, he'll speak up a little bit as well. So Rhymecology is a class that you would attend once a month. Some people like to come to every class, which is totally fine. But look, basically you got to come once a month, and we do stuff like this, but even deeper, right? And we give you a chance to write bars, talk to each other, get to know each other on a deeper level, where you can then take your techniques and skills that you've learned in other classes and bring them into the emotional side, into the storytelling side, into the real humanistic side, which so much of hip hop is lacking today, and we're bringing that back. So this is the well, I think Big Mike's going to do a class, I think, next. But as far as like what have been our core classes, this is kind of the end of it. You see what we do. You see how much we care. You see how much passion we have for this art form, for writing, for each other. I mean, it's an unbelievable feeling to be connected with all of you guys. I mean, I don't know. I could almost cry just thinking about it, but it's special. And so all of you who are thinking about it, you know, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. I'm gonna hand it over to my co-owner, my brother from another, Chilla Jones. Much love and thank you for pulling up to Rhymecology.
Peace. One time, throw your L's up for Professor Jeff Walker, Rhymecology. Incredible, incredible class. Thank you so much, everybody, for pulling up to Pendulum Inc. Week full of free classes. We started with Rhythm and Style on last Sunday, Mickey Money class Monday, Rap Tech Tuesday. We had Creative Writing and Locksmith Wednesday. We had Battle Rap Theater and Debate yesterday with Coffee Brown and Iron Solomon. And then tonight, ending it on a very, very incredible note with Rhymecology with Professor Jeff Walker. For everybody pulling up to the classes, thank you so much. If you have any questions, If you have any concerns, if you are interested in setting up a Q&A session with myself, Professor Walker, Dean Fax, and the rest of the Pendulum staff, please